Welcome, welcome. So once again, my name is Sophia Hyder Hock, and I'm absolutely pleased to have you all here joining me on a 1 hour, all levels Vinyasa flow class sponsored by Traverse Journeys on International Yoga Day, nonetheless. Or if you're listening to a recording later on, it can always be International Yoga Day. Every day can be that. I'm really excited to be working with Traverse Journeys on their Morocco trip coming up in October, October 18th to the 25th. So I will be, I'm happy enough to be able to lead 2 classes a day. So our experience will be yoga in the morning. We'll be exploring all different parts of Morocco. But at the end of the day, the consistency will be we'll all be able to get together and have a really fulfilling yoga class just to wrap the day up. I am currently based in Washington, D.C., and I teach yoga at a studio nearby. But my main philosophy is teaching for all levels at all. Every day is different. So come with whatever it is that you have on the mat. There's no judgment. And if you feel like you don't feel comfortable doing a pose today, quite all right. Just take your time coming into a child's pose if that feels good. But again, this is your class, and I love for you to take what you like from it. Okay, everyone. That being said, I'm going to get onto my mat, and I'll show you a few things before we get started. So if you can see me in speaker view, there are 2 ways as we do our sun salutes. One is cobra, and cobra is, when we'll be in our plank pose, we'll be going to go to knees, chest, chin on the mat, and then all the way up, cobra. That's one option. Option 2 is chaturanga. Chaturanga is when we'll come down to our plank pose. We'll take our feet and we'll bring them all the way to our tippy toes, kind of peering forward over our arms into chaturanga. We'll flip our feet to the tops of our feet, coming to our up dog, looking up. That's our chaturanga pose, coming back to our down dog. So cobra or chaturanga, you always have 2 options. And then I will be cueing that. Wonderful. So I'd love for you all to find that place on your mat, have your blocks, which could be books or a blanket or a pillow for any additional support that you need. If you can put yourself on mute, please do that, just to make sure that the audio is what it needs. If you'd like to not have your video on, that's also okay. That being said, we will now get started. So I'd love for you to find that comfortable place on your mat, that seated position. So in our seated position, perhaps you close your eyes, placing your hands on your knees, palms down for grounding, or palms up to receive energy. And as you find your place on your mat, finding that comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you today, I invite you to start taking notice of how your body feels. Just taking notice of your inhalations and your exhalations. And perhaps with every breath, inhaling in positivity. With every exhale, just exhaling out anything that does not serve you in this moment. Let it go. Inhale and exhale. Taking notice of how each breath feels. Letting everything and anything that does not serve you, just letting it go. As you breathe, taking notice of your body without judgment. I invite you to try Ujjayi breathing in your practice today. Again, just an option. And Ujjayi breathing is a breathing that comes from the back of your throat, kind of like an audible sound as if you're breathing in the ocean. If you'd like to try that in your practice, you're always welcome to try that. Inhaling from the back of your throat, exhaling from the back of your throat. And the Ujjayi breathing is meant to help to bring greater awareness, greater focus, greater heat to your body. And feeling your body without judgment. In this space, I invite you to set an intention for your practice. An intention that serves you, or perhaps an offering to someone else that may need all the benefits of your practice. We'll bring our hands to heart center, sealing that intention. And we'll flutter our eyes open. We'll bring ourselves into a tabletop position. So in a tabletop position, our wrists are stacked over our shoulders, our knees are stacked over our hips. We're going to warm up our body this afternoon. I'm in DC. So here, we'll inhale, we'll look up towards the sky or the ceiling. Exhale, round our spine, gazes towards our belly. Inhale. And exhale. Taking a few of these cat-cows at your own pace. Perhaps closing your eyes. Just again, noticing how your body feels in this moment. And with these cat-cows, you can also sway your hips from side to side if you feel like you need a little more movement in your hips along with your cat-cows. Again, just taking what you need. Inhaling towards the ceiling, exhaling towards, gazes towards your belly. Take a few of these cat-cows at your own pace. Feeling that flow of your body. We're really going to flow today. I'll take about 2 more cat-cows. And when we complete those cat-cows, we'll just come back to that tabletop position. And from our tabletop position, we'll take our left leg back behind us. We'll take our right arm, we'll bring it in front of us. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Release, inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Release, we'll inhale here. We'll bend that left leg. We'll have our right arm find our foot, our left foot, a little bit of a stretch here. And we'll exhale, bringing everything back to that tabletop position. Maybe shifting your hips from side to side, that feels good. We'll take our right leg back behind us. Left arm comes ahead. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee in the center. Inhale, release. And exhale, elbow to knee in the center. Inhale, release. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale. Option here to bend that right knee, having our left arm find our right, the top of our right foot. Pushing, our right foot is pushing into our palm, our fingertips are pushing against the top of our foot. And we release back down to our tabletop position. Perhaps swaying from side to side. Finding that breath. If you may have lost that focus to your breath, just come back, no judgment. And from here, our tabletop position, we'll tuck our toes, bring our hips up and back for our first down dog. In this down dog, doing a little check with your fingertips to see if your finger pointer and your thumb are kind of in an L-shaped position. It helps your wrists for better alignment. And as we're in our down dog, just swaying your hips back and forth, bending your knees, warming up your dog. So perhaps you bend your knees, bringing your chest to come towards your knees as best you can. Or perhaps you come all the way on your tippy toes and all the way back towards your heel. Taking a few moments here to pedal out your feet. Using that ujjayi breath, if that is in your practice today. We'll take about 2 more breaths here. We'll take our left foot, we'll bring it forward. Right foot, we'll bring it forward into our first forward fold. So in our first forward fold, bend your knees a lot. And you're still warming up that body. So bending your knees, letting your arms just release and sway from side to side. Maybe you close your eyes here. Maybe you hold on to opposite elbows in a ragdoll position. Perhaps you just Nod your head yes, nodding it no, letting anything, again, that does not serve you, just let it go. I tend to clench my jaw in this position, so if you find yourself doing that, maybe you do some jaw circles as well. In this forward fold, we'll slowly come up one vertebrae at a time, taking the time you need, coming all the way up into standing position, mountain pose. In this place, again, we're still warming up our body. Perhaps you take a little time for yourself, doing some shoulder circles if that feels good. Or maybe if you'd like, you can do some neck circles, going one way, then the other. Creating a little bit of time for yourself right now. Just paying attention to what your body needs. If you need to do some wrist circles, shaking your wrists out, whatever feels right in this moment. We'll stay here for about 2 more breaths. And from here, we'll come back to the top of our mat. Bring our arms all the way up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. We come into our sun salutations. Our right foot steps back, our knee is down, our gaze is up. Left leg steps back into a plank pose. We bring our knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Pull forward into our cobra. Tuck our toes, hips up and back, downward dog. Right foot steps forward, left knee is down, gaze is up. Left foot steps forward into a forward fold. We'll bring our arms all the way up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bringing our arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg steps back, knee down, gaze is up. Right leg steps back, plank pose. We'll bring our knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Pulling forward into our cobra. Tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward dog. Left leg steps forward, right knee is down, gaze is up. Right foot steps forward into a forward fold. Bring our arms all the way up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg steps back. Left leg steps back. Here's where we have the option of doing our chaturanga to up dog or cobra. We'll all meet in our down dog. Down dog, right foot steps forward, left knee is down, gaze is up. Left leg steps forward into a forward fold. Bring our arms all the way up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bring our arms up. Forward fold. Left leg steps back, knee is down, gaze is up. Right foot steps back, plank pose. Yogi's choice, chaturanga or cobra, will all meet back in our down dog. Left foot steps forward. Right foot steps forward. Bring our arms all the way up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last round. Let's bring our arms up. Forward fold. Right foot steps back. Left foot steps back. And yogi's choice, chaturanga to up dog or cobra, we all meet in our down dog. Right foot steps forward. Left foot steps forward. All the way up. Hands to heart center. Last one. Let's bring our arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg steps back. Right foot steps back. Knees, chest, chin, cobra, or chaturanga to up dog. We all meet in our down dog, yogi's choice. Our down dog, just encourage you to paddle out your feet. Take what you need in this down dog. Check in with yourself. See how this down dog feels compared to your first. Again, just taking notice without judgment here. Maybe let out a sigh if that feels good. From this down dog, bring our left foot forward and our right foot forward. And our forward fold here, taking a little time again, bending your knees if you need to, swaying from side to side if that feels good. If you feel like you need a little more for your shoulders today, you can also clasp your hands behind your back as you're in your forward fold. Just letting gravity do the work here for your shoulders. Take what you need. There's no rush. And from here, we'll release whatever position we've chosen for ourselves, and we'll slowly come up one vertebrae at a time. Bringing your arms all the way up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Reminding yourself of the intention that you've set for your class today. From here, we'll bring our arms all the way up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Our right foot steps back. Left foot steps back. We'll be in a plank pose. And from our plank pose, we'll transition our body to come into a down dog. So we don't have to move our hands or our feet. We're just shifting our weight back towards our heels, down dog. We'll shift our weight back into a plank pose. Again, feeling this flow, this movement in our body if it feels right. We'll shift our weight back into a down dog. We'll come forward into our plank. And once more, back into that down dog. And from this down dog, we'll take our left leg back behind us. Three-legged dog. And from this three-legged dog position, bending that right leg, that left leg, I'm sorry. Bending that left leg, maybe opening up. Doing some hip circles here. Doing some hip circles. Maybe going one way, maybe going the other if it feels right. Again, just an option. And if you'd like to flip your dog, you can flip your dog. And for those that have flipped their dogs, they can come back to that three-legged dog once more. We'll take that left leg and we'll bring it through for a warrior one on this side. So in our warrior one position, our right leg is at about 45 degrees. We're on two separate tracks. Do a little check-in with your hips to see if they're square. So taking your hips and kind of shifting them square. If you feel like you need to widen your stance, please do so. And once you feel like you have the right warrior one that feels good, bringing your arms up by your ears. Shoulders down, away from your ears. And breathe in here. Feeling the effects of every breath in your body. Feeling that length in your spine. Inhaling here. From our warrior one, we'll take our arms, we'll clasp them. We'll bring our arms behind our back, clasping our hands. Doing a little shoulder shrug here, bringing them towards our ears and bringing our shoulders away from our ears. Maintaining those warrior one legs, we'll inhale and we'll exhale, humble warrior. Left shoulder towards our left knee, humble warrior. From our humble warrior, we'll come back up to our warrior one. Making any little adjustments as you need to. And from here, we'll bring our arms by our side. We'll take our feet, and we'll make some adjustments here with our feet. So we'll bring our feet to high lunge pose. So both essentially our feet are parallel now on two separate tracks still, parallel to each other. Arms back up. High lunge. And from our high lunge, we're going to shift our weight towards our left foot, taking our right leg, bringing up towards our chest. A little bit of a balance pose here. And then we'll bring our right leg, we'll bring it back to that high lunge position, arms up by our ears. We'll flow here about 2 more times. So bringing our arms by our side, right leg, our knee is up towards our chest. Once more, taking that right leg back, high lunge. Once more, taking that right knee towards our chest. A little bit of a balance here. And back down into our high lunge. From this high lunge, we're going to cartwheel our hands down onto the mat. And we're going to flow through our Vinyasa, yogi's choice. Chaturanga to up dog or cobra will all meet in our down dog. And then in that down dog, again, pedaling out your feet as you need to. Taking any adjustments as it feels right. And from this down dog, we'll take our right foot now and we'll bring it back behind us for a three-legged dog. So in our three-legged dog, again, bending that knee as it feels good, opening up the side of the body, doing some hip circles here, if it feels right to you in this moment. And if it's in your practice, flipping your dog, if it feels right. Taking our right arm now, bringing it back down for those that may have flipped their dogs back into that three-legged dog position. From here, we'll take that right foot, we'll bring it through for warrior one on this side. As we come up into our warrior ones, doing our little adjustments here, taking notice to see if that left foot now is at about 45 degrees. Making that little adjustment with our hips to see if they're square, widening our stance if need be. Once we feel good, we'll bring our arms up by our ears. Feeling that length in your spine, elongate. Feel free. Feel empowered. We'll bring our hands back behind us. We'll clasp them back behind us, shrugging our shoulders, then bringing them away from our ears. Inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Right shoulder to our right, towards our right knee. From our humble warriors, we'll come back up into our warrior one stance, feeling strong. We'll check our feet now, making a little adjustment with our left leg, bringing them into high lunge. So two legs are parallel to each other. Bring our arms up by our ears once more. Place a little more weight in our right foot. We'll take our left foot now, knee towards our chest, arms by our side. We'll take that knee and we'll bring it back to a high lunge. And again, we'll take our knee towards our chest. Back, high lunge. Once more, knees towards our chest. Back, high lunge. From our high lunge, we'll cartwheel our hands down towards the mat, flowing through our vinyasa, meeting in our down dog. Yogi's choice, chaturanga to up dog or cobra will all meet in our down dog. As you make your way into your down dog, again, pedaling out your feet as you need to, bending your knees, bringing your feet, your toes all the way onto your tippy toes, then coming back down towards your heel if that feels good. Just taking notice of how your body feels in this moment. Letting out that sigh. And from this down dog, we'll take our left leg, we'll bring it back behind us. We'll bring it through for warrior two. So in our warrior two stance, our back leg is parallel to the edge of the mat. Our left leg is pointed towards the front of our mat. Do a little check here to see if you can see your big left foot from the inside of your left leg. Gazes towards your left middle finger. If you feel like you find your hips kind of jutting back, do a little adjustment to tuck that tailbone in. Feeling strong in this warrior position, left leg's at about 90 degrees. Do a little flow here. So we'll take our right arm, we'll bring it toward the small of our lower back. Left arm comes up above, reversing our warrior. Still maintaining that bend in our left leg. Come back to our warrior two. Left arm on our left leg, right arm sweeps across our belly into extended side angle. You're making a straight line from the tip of your fingers all the way down to your pinky toe. And we'll come back to that warrior two. Taking that right arm once more, bringing it to the small of your back, reversing our warrior. Back to warrior two. Left arm on left thigh. Right arm sweeps across our belly, extended side angle. Once more, coming back to that warrior two position. Reversing our warrior. Warrior two. Extended side angle. Come back to that warrior two. And from here, we'll straighten that left leg. We'll heel toe our right as we prepare for our triangle pose. In our triangle pose, we'll take our left arms, we'll bring them kind of towards the front of our mat, and we'll bring them down towards our leg, wherever it may land. Right arm comes up above, gazes towards your right thumb if possible. Triangle pose. From our triangle pose, we'll bring ourselves back into a warrior two, bending that left knee and cartwheeling our hands down onto the mat, flowing through our vinyasa, meeting in our down dog once more. Shaking out those, pedaling out those feet. We'll take our right leg, we'll bring it back behind us. We'll bring it through for warrior two on this side. So again, doing a little check here to see if you're right, if you can see your right toe from the inside of your right leg. Gazes towards that right middle finger. Feeling that strength. We'll reverse our warrior. Come back to warrior two. Right arm on our right thigh. Left arm sweeps across our belly, extended side angle. And we do that sweeping motion across our belly because it helps to open our chest. Helps to create a little better posture if possible. And we'll come back to that warrior two position. Reversing our warrior. Warrior two. Extended side angle. Back to warrior two. Reversing our warrior. Warrior two. Extended side angle. Make our way back to warrior two. We'll straighten our right leg. We'll heel toe our left foot closer. Coming into our triangle pose. So we'll take our right arm, we'll bring it towards the back of our mat. And we'll bring it down towards our right leg, wherever it may fall. Left arm comes all the way up towards our ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Breathe here. Feel the benefits of your time today. And we'll come back to our warrior two position. Cartwheeling our hands down onto the mat. Flowing through our vinyasa, meeting in our down dog. Whenever you get there, pedal out your feet. Maybe you take a nice big sigh. And from here, from this down dog, we'll hop, step, or float to the top of our mat. Still in that forward fold position. We'll slowly come up one vertebrae at a time. As you come all the way to that standing position, bringing your arms up above, inhaling, exhaling, hands to heart center. Again, reminding yourself of that intention you set today. We're going to do a little balancing. We'll do our tree pose today. We have a few options. So we'll bring our feet hip-width distance apart. We'll place more weight in our left leg. We can take our right leg to a kickstand, which is on our ankle below the knee, above the knee, or in our lotus pose. Once we find whatever variation works for us today, maybe placing your hands to heart center, finding a drishti, a non-moving gaze, finding that balance, knowing that it's okay if you tend to fall out. Just come right back. So in our tree pose, if you'd like to grow your tree at any time, you may do so. You can let it sway. If you feel like you need a little more of a challenge today, you can also close your eyes. By closing your eyes, you feel a different sense, a different sensation. Finding that elongation in your tree pose. From here, bringing our hands back to heart center. I'm going to take that right leg, and we're going to bring it back towards our chest once more. And from here, we'll take our right leg, we'll send it back to warrior three. So in our warrior three, our right foot, our toes are down towards our mat. Hands by our side, or they can be up ahead. Gaze is down towards the mat. In this warrior three, if you tend to come out of it, just come back right in. There's no rush, no judgment here. We'll take that back leg, our right leg, we'll bring it back behind us into a warrior two position once more. So in our warrior two, we'll take that left leg, bring it parallel to each other. Then we'll take our toes, we'll point them outward towards the long edge of our mat. We're going to place our hands on our hips. We'll lead with our chest. We'll inhale, exhale, standing forward fold. So in this forward fold, you have a few variations here, a few options. You can sway from side to side. You can come all the way down. You can sway your arms. You can Bend your knees from side to side if that feels good. If a press is in your practice, you may do so as well if there's the right support and you feel comfortable. Take what you need here in this moment. I feel like my hips are a little tight, so I'm swaying from side to side. But that's just how my body feels today. From here, we'll bring our hands back to our hips. And we'll lead back with our chest coming back up. We'll take our left foot and we'll bring it down back into that warrior two position. Cartwheeling our hands, flowing through our vinyasa, meeting in our downward dog. Filling out those feet, taking what you need. We have two sides of our body, so we're going to hop, step, or float to the top of our mat once more into that forward fold. And we'll come all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we'll release our hands by our side. But again, we'll find that balance. Our feet hip width distance apart. Placing more weight now on our right leg. Our left leg comes to a kickstand, below the knee, above the knee, or in our lotus pose. Again, finding whatever pose works for you today. Placing your hands at heart center if that feels right. Growing your tree at any time. A non-moving gaze helps you focus. Closing your eyes brings an entirely different element of sensation to your practice today. And feeling a length in your spine. Bringing your hands back to heart center. Taking that left knee, bringing it towards your chest once more. Maybe doing a few ankle circles if that feels right for you. We'll take that left knee now. We'll send it back behind us for warrior three on this side. Bringing your toes just a point down towards your mat. Bringing your hands by your side or in front of you. Also knowing that if you fall out, there's no judgment. Just come back in. And if this doesn't feel right at all, then don't do it. This is your class. In this warrior three, we'll bring our back leg down into a warrior two pose momentarily. We'll take that right foot now. We'll bring it parallel to our left. We'll come into our goddess pose. So we'll take our feet, again, we'll point them outward. We'll bend into our knees. And we'll kind of, again, come into that goddess pose by bending our knees down, perhaps maybe bouncing if that feels really good. And when you're ready, placing your hands at goalpost positions. And there are a few variations that I tend to like here. If this feels really good, you can stay right here, staying still. I tend to like to sway from side to side. Or sometimes I like to lift my heels up. I bring them back down if you've done that. This is also a really good hip opener. Sometimes I like to place my hands on my hips too. Breathing it out and letting anything go that does not serve you in this moment. From here, come back to that warrior two position, pointing our right toe back into that warrior two. Coming into cartwheeling our hands down onto the mat and flowing through our vinyasa once more, meeting in our down dog. These vinyasa flows are always options as well. You come down into make your way to your down dog. You're simply going to bend your knees and sit right down for just a bit, the hardest thing we've done all class. And what I'll do is we're going to come into a shoulder stand, but I'd like to offer you a few variations. If you already are comfortable doing, already knowing what you'd like to do, then please feel free to come into your shoulder stand at this time. I will demo a few options. Option one is simply to lift your feet up at about 90 degrees. You can place a book or a cushion if that feels comfortable for you. Or you can place your hands kind of towards the small of your back, coming into 45 degrees. Or you can place your hands, again, support on your lower back, coming all the way up into your shoulder stand. If you'd like to also do legs up the wall, that is also an option. You can place a block underneath your sacrum, that lower part of your back, for a more restorative option. So you have a lot of different options here. Take what feels right for you. The reason why shoulder stand is so great is that it's an inversion, and it helps to regulate blood flow throughout your body, since we're always on our feet. If we tend to be a little upside down, it helps us with balance. It's also humbling because our heart is over our head. And if plow is in your practice, you may feel free to come into your plow pose or ear pressure pose. So placing your knees on your forehead, bringing your legs back behind you. And if the tops of your feet happen to touch the floor, you can release your hands onto your mat. And from here, we'll bring ourselves back into all the way back onto our mat. So slowly lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Bringing our legs down. However way feels right and safe for you. We'll come flat all the way onto our mat. Take your time. We're going to come into our counter pose for our shoulder stand, which is fish pose. So we'll take our hands and we'll bring them underneath our seat. And from here, we'll press into our palms, we'll press onto our elbows, and we'll lift our chest up towards the ceiling. Taking the crown of our head, the top of our head, bringing it back down towards the mat, if possible. Fish pose. If you feel like you need a little more today in your fish pose, you can lift your legs up at about 45 degrees to engage your lower abs. And so our fish pose is a good counter pose because it's a heart opener. If we were constricting our heart before, it's also open now. And from our fish pose, lowering down your legs. If they were lifted, bringing the crown of your head, lowering it down, bringing it back onto your mat. Bringing your palms from underneath your seat. From here, you'll take your knees and you'll bring them towards your chest, rocking from side to side, giving your lower back a little massage. We're going to go from side to side, and then this is one of my favorite parts, rocking front and back until we all come into a seated position with our legs out in front of us. Take 2 or 3 rocks. This is usually my favorite part. Like, it's always fun to be a little kid, rocking back and forth. It's also a really nice little massage, like I mentioned. So as you come into your seated position with your legs out in front of you, we'll come into a seated forward fold, but I'd like to demo an option. I have lower back issues, and this position, this modified position, tends to protect your lower back, but also create flexibility. So essentially, we'll take our knees, we'll bring them towards our chest. We'll bring our arms up by our ears, and then we'll bring our palms underneath our feet. From here, we'll take our feet and we'll walk them out. And we'll go only as far as we maintain a connection between our chest and our hips. So when we've gone as far as we can, we stop. You can lower your head down onto your thighs. So this option protects your lower back, and it also creates flexibility. A forward fold, if you choose to do the other variation of forward fold, perfectly fine. I just wanted to offer that variation. And we'll lift our torso up. And from here, we'll come into a butterfly position. So we'll bring the bottoms of our feet together. I like to come into a diamond position if that feels good. And so we'll bring our arms all the way up towards the sky. We'll inhale. And we'll exhale, creating a little pocket for our toes. Our palms will create that pocket. We'll exhale, we'll come all the way down if possible. And from here, we'll lift our chest back up. And we'll bring our knees together once more. As we bring our knees together, we'll rock back down onto our mat. We'll take our right arm, we'll bring it outside of our left leg. We'll bring our knees towards our right side body into a supine twist. Gaze will be towards our left shoulder. As we wind down in our practice today, just feeling the effects of each breath, each position, providing yourself with gratitude and credit for being here on the mat today. Give yourself credit without judgment. We'll take our knees back up towards the center of our mat and to our opposite side body for that supine twist here. Gaze is towards our right shoulder. Bringing our knees back up to center. Taking any final poses you'd like to take before we come into our Shavasana today. For our Shavasana, before we come into our Shavasana, I was going to say that happy baby is always a favorite here. So taking perhaps your peace fingers towards your big toe, elbows inside of your legs, and just swaying from side to side here. Happy baby is always a favorite. So taking whatever you need, maybe taking the next 30 seconds to find that comfortable space on your mat. Placing any props that you'd like to place. Taking as much space as you'd like to take on your mat today. Turning into a big star is always my favorite. As you make your space on this mat, completely release. Just let go. Let go. Relax. And feel the benefits of your practice today. If you close your eyes, you haven't already closed them. Just taking in whatever sensation you're experiencing in this moment. Directing your attention towards your toes, completely relaxing your toes. Completely relaxing the bottoms of your feet, relaxing your heels, relaxing your ankles, relaxing your calf muscles, relaxing your knees, relaxing your thighs, relaxing your hips, relaxing your pelvic region and your seat. Relaxing your belly. Relaxing your chest. Relaxing your throat. Relaxing the back of your neck. Relaxing your upper back. Relaxing the small of your back, your lower back. Relaxing your fingertips. Relaxing your palms. Relaxing your wrists. Relaxing your forearms. Relaxing your elbows. Relaxing your biceps and your triceps. Relaxing your shoulders. Relaxing your neck. Relaxing your jaw. Relaxing your cheeks. Relaxing your mouth. Relaxing your nose. Relaxing your eyes. Relaxing your eyebrows. Relaxing your forehead. Relaxing the back of your head. Relaxing the top of your head, your crown. Completely relaxed. Start to bring our awareness back to this space. Start to wiggle our toes. Start to wiggle our hands. Maybe you stretch overhead like you're waking up for the very first time. And whenever you're ready, coming on to your left side body, still relaxed. From your left side body, we'll bring ourselves back to that seated position. Eyes closed or soft gaze. Taking your time, again, there's no rush. As you make your way to that seated position, bringing your hands to heart center. Reminding yourself of the intention that you set for your practice today. Giving yourself gratitude for making the space for yourself today on the mat. taking this time for yourself. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your day, of your week. Hold that intention that you've set for your practice today through your week. I thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. You bring your eyes open. Taking your time as you need to, feeling the effects of your practice. I thank you so much for taking this space again for yourselves today. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to, I want to make sure, I think Laura has put in hello@traversejourneys.com. If you have any questions for me about my yoga practice, I do Reiki as well, and I was thinking about offering Reiki infused yoga during our trip in Morocco. If you have any questions for me, I am absolutely happy to answer them. I will put my name again once more in the chat box along with my information. It's Sophia at papilia.co, and I am absolutely delighted to have met all of you. I will stay on for a few moments if you have any questions at this time, but please have a wonderful rest of your day if you have to sign off.